afternoon and welcome. Glad you could join us today. So let's get started talking about hidden iPhone features on Go for Lunch for August 19th, 2025. Brought to you by GoFor Technology. I'm Roger Harmon, your host, and we're here to make your technology work for you. Welcome, Denny. And today is National Aviation Day. So we've seen a lot of progress in the aviation industry in our lifetime. And of course, it's not stopping now. It will continue in the future. So think about how aviation has made our lives better. Well, hidden iPhone features. Now, these are things that Apple doesn't really make it easy to find out about. I don't know why, but they do. So we're going to explore some features that you probably haven't heard about. So the first feature is, instead of shaking your phone to undo something, you can tap the screen with 3 fingers and a menu pops up. So let's see how that works. Unlock our phone here. Okay, so here we are in a Pages document, and as usual, on the left is a direct connection to the phone, and on the right is a picture of the phone so you can see what I'm doing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to select a word here by tapping on it, and then we're going to cut that word out, and then we're going to use 3 fingers to tap. Okay, we're going to tap this. I don't know what's wrong with me. There we go. So you can see we get a menu up here. It says undo, and the word iPhone comes back. So also on that menu was undo, redo, copy, cut, and paste. So you can do those things with the other menu that pops up, but you can't do undo or redo. Do. You get this picture there. You can also swipe to the left with 3 fingers, which will undo something. And you can swipe to the right with 3 fingers, and that will redo something. So, as you probably know, and if not, it's now time to find out, you can press the space bar and get a mouse effect. That'll place the cursor anywhere that you want. And then, while holding that down, use another finger to select text. And then you can move that text anywhere you want. So let's see how that works. So here we are with our sample text. We get the keyboard up, we hold down the space bar, and you can see the keys go blank. And now I can move the cursor anywhere I want. And then I can select some text. And then I can put my finger on that text, and let's try that again. So we're going to hold down the space bar. We're going to select some text. Come on. So I'm going to do an undo here with my 3 fingers. So I'm going to try this again. So we're going to select some text. So we're going to select, and then you hold it down, and then you can move it around wherever you want. And of course, you can do the tap 3 fingers, and you undo that. So that's the way that works. So you can also press and hold the globe on the lower left-hand corner to select a keyboard to the right or select a keyboard to the left. So here we are in the lower right-hand corner. We'll clear that. We press it, and then you can see here at the bottom, the blue is the regular keyboard. If we select the left one, then we get a keyboard that's more to the left, so you can easily type with your thumb. And to get rid of that, you just click on the little left arrow here, or the little right arrow here. And then if we do the left keyboard, and again we go back to normal. So that can be handy for doing one thumb typing. So double tapping on a word will highlight it. Triple tapping on the word will select a whole paragraph. So let's see how that works. So here we are. We're going to double tap, and we got one word. We're going to triple tap, and we got a whole paragraph. So that's how you can select. And again, you could move that paragraph around anywhere you want. So if you want to translate some text that you have on your screen, the first thing you do is you highlight the text, you scroll over to translate, and then you select a language, or it may be selected already. So let's take this last paragraph here. We're going to hit 3 times, and then here we're going to hit this little right arrow. And you can see it says translate. We tap on that. And another feature here is if you want to hear what that sounds like, you hit the little play button here.
Recuerde, puede dictar a su iPhone tocando el pequeño icono del micrófono en la esquina inferior derecha en cualquier aplicación que acepte la entrada de texto.
And then down here you see you can copy the translation and then paste it. And there you have that paragraph in Spanish. So that can be handy especially if you're traveling. So short and sweet, that brings us to questions. So if you haven't already, type your questions in the area there for comments. And do me a favor and share the GoFor Gazette with anybody you know that uses Apple devices. Zoom has updated again to version 6.5.10, so make sure that you are up to date on your Zoom. And tonight, the Tucson Macintosh Users Group meets at 6 p.m. with the Ask Me Anything. At 7 p.m. is going to be the general meeting, and those are Mountain Standard Times. We're going to talk about Apple Care, which is a new feature that will cover 3 of your Apple devices for one price. We're going to also talk about when you should upgrade your operating systems, and then we're going to have a recap of the MacStock conference. So the Zoom link for the Tucson Macintosh Users Group is in the GoFor Gazette, which comes to you every Monday morning in your email at about 7 o'clock. So let's see here if we have any questions. Hopefully you found those little tips useful. And it'll make it easier to edit text. So if you ever have any other questions about anything, you can always email me or you can call me. And that information is coming up next. So have a great week. We'll see you next week at high noon for another Go for Lunch. Take care.